Could you really live here?
Welcome to the Wednesday Walk. It's another Wednesday talk. Today, we're going to talk about we have 15 questions for people to ponder if they're considering moving abroad. It's an idea that a lot of people like, but when it comes right down to it, could you
Actually
actually
do it.
do it? So
Yeah,
here's some questions to get you thinking about things that you might not normally think about.
right. And the first question is, could you actually live away from family? Now, a lot of people will be like, heck yeah, I'm gone. But in actuality, could you have to think about that. Are your parents getting older? Do you need to go back home in case something happens? That kind of thing. We have 6 nieces and nephews. We have to come back for weddings and different functions. So is that something that you are wanting to do? Are you able to do it financially? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, family, friends, that kind of thing, all the obligations and that you feel you might have. How convenient is it for you to come and go from the place that you've chosen?
Yes.
Okay. Number two, are you comfortable being an outsider?
Yes. You'll always be an outsider no matter where you plan to live abroad. So you have to be comfortable with that idea, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that the places that you might be going aren't welcoming and friendly to
Right.
foreigners and things like that, but a lot of places you'll find that over time you'll realize you're always going to be a foreigner in that location.
Right.
So it's something to consider.
Yes.
Number three,
Are you able to actually slow down?
yeah, and obviously some of these are very location dependent.
Right.
If you're going from a small town and you're going to move to abroad to some big city, it's the other way around. Maybe things are a lot faster than you're used to in that. But we find in general a lot of the locations that we travel to where people are looking at like long-term stays or relocations, the pace is a little slower. For
Right.
example, Cuenca, when we were there, we're happily surprised to find that a lot of things still shut down on a Sunday. So it
Yeah.
used to be that way when we were younger here in Canada, and Sundays and weekends things were slower. But now it seems like in a lot of more developed countries, things are available 24/7, and everything is really tailored toward convenience. Are you dependent on that, or are you able to step back and say, "Hey, I'm okay with things being shut down on a Sunday. I can wait till Monday to do my banking or
Exactly.
whatever."
Yeah. And we're mostly talking about slowing down, retiring, and moving abroad. So obviously, if you are a digital nomad and you are living and working abroad, well, you don't necessarily want to slow down just yet.
Yeah. But even as a digital nomad, you might find yourself in a place that moves much slower than you're accustomed to or than you want to. So
Right.
you have to be able to consider that.
Yes. And we also found in Cuenca is just like stepping back like 20 years. Like you said, when we were younger,
Yeah.
the stores were closed on Sundays, and that's the way it is in Cuenca. It's just it's a different vibe to get into, a different mindset to get into. And are you able to do that? I guess,
Yeah.
if you are traveling abroad, you want to live in the country that you are thinking about living long term, and you want to be able to experience all year round, different seasons if they have seasons, and kind of just get the overall vibe. And do you actually fit in there?
Right. Which kind of leads us to our next point, next question. Can you be flexible?
Yes.
That's a prime example of that. Can you be flexible? Are you okay with maybe going into the bank to do your banking and pay your bills rather than doing everything online?
Mm-hmm.
Some places aren't quite as, caught up on the digital world. Some things are going to take longer than you're used to in different countries. Maybe getting appointments, getting,
Mm-hmm.
that guy to come fix your air conditioner. It might take a little longer than you're used to. It may not be as, on time and things like that. Are you okay with that? Can you live with that type of stuff without getting too frustrated?
Yeah. And things just work differently. The what we would think would be completely backwards is completely normal to wherever you may want to live.
Right.
So you have to think about it and just be flexible about how they do things and the bureaucracy of different things and why they do that a certain way. I'm used to it this way. You just kind of have to get into the mindset of it. You just got to have to go with the flow sometimes.
It doesn't matter what you're used to. If
Yeah.
they do it differently, that's just the way they do it. They're not going to change to do it your way. So you have to be flexible and be able to go with the flow and just kind of go with the way they do things in the country you're looking at.
Yeah. And this question kind of flows into the next one is, Does everything need to be familiar to you, like the foods or the grocery store experiences and the shopping experiences, or are you able to go to a market and barter for things when maybe you're not used to doing that in the country you're living in currently? So it's just yeah, it's just a different. You just gotta ebb and flow with things, I guess,
Right.
and be flexible.
Right. Number 6, could you handle an unexpected flight home? So this is something to consider when you're picking at location. Is it inexpensive to fly back to your home? Is it quick to fly back to your home?
Yes.
Is it very expensive? Is it take 24 hours of travel time? Like things to consider on everything's just an airplane right away nowadays. It seems like the world's getting smaller, but it definitely takes a lot longer to travel from some places to others. Uh, and that's something to consider when you're picking that location that you want to relocate to.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that we talked to in Cuenca found that getting to Cuenca, even though it's not a very long flight, but it's not a direct flight. So you have to go to Quito and then you have to go to Cuenca. So that was probably one of the big things a lot of expats or retirees living abroad found when they moved to Cuenca. It's just not easy to get to.
Yeah, South America in general tends to have that a little bit more
Keep
difficulty
bumping
in getting
around.
to countries. You have
Yeah.
to a lot of times take multiple flights and things like that. And I mean, for us, flying from Canada to Thailand is similar to that. There are no direct flights um, from Canada to Thailand because it's such a great distance. So you're definitely going to be doing stopovers. And we've traveled anywhere from 19 hours worth of travel time to 30 plus or 40 hours of travel time, depending
Yeah.
on which route you end up taking. So it's something to consider if you think that you're going to be traveling back home on a semi regular basis. How long do you want to be traveling each time?
Yeah. So the next question is, could you live in the country you're thinking about retiring to, even if the prices increased? So right now it might look lovely and, great on the pocketbook, but if over years, the prices start to creep up, are you still going to be able to maintain a lifestyle there that you once had before? Maybe, yeah,
Yeah, that goes for anywhere. I mean, you have to kind of be able to protect yourself from inflation and things. But
yeah,
if you're picking a country that's kind of expensive for your budget right now, it's probably not going to get better for your budget over time.
that's true.
Number 8, have you researched healthcare, not just hospitals, but healthcare? That's like your healthcare insurance and things like that,
Hmm.
medical insurance, as well as long-term care and prescriptions and things. Like we've been to some pretty inexpensive countries and found that their over-the-counter medications were quite expensive
Hmm.
compared to home and compared to other places we've been.
Yeah,
So it's not just hospitals and
accessible they
how
are.
accessible and how good the country's healthcare system is. It's the price and accessibility to all of the other subsidiaries.
Right. Like if you're on a medication, are you able to get it in that country for one? And if you need to take it routinely, how much is it going to cost? And that's a could be a very very big expense that you just might not think about. Or maybe you're not sick now, but you could potentially be. You need to look into what type of health care they offer. As I know, we've been looking into Albania, and there's a couple gaps in the healthcare there, and a lot of people get kind of like a regional health insurance, not just a
Right.
in the country insurance.
Yeah. I mean, this is something to consider when you're picking your location. Um, Val mentioned Albania. We're looking at Albania, and we know it doesn't have the top-notch healthcare that some of the other countries we've been to have.
Hmm.
But we're also looking at it like developing, it's a developing location, and it's getting more and more international. So we're thinking over time it's going to improve. So that's why we're kind of considering it, and the hope is that over the years, as things improve, we'll have already established ourselves there when things get better.
Right. And we know there's always Malaysia and Thailand, guys.
Yeah. Yes. So number 9, and this applies to whatever location you're looking at. Can you handle the weather? We have for Thailand. Can you handle the heat? Can you handle the air quality? But
Right.
just in general, if you're going to that location, have you checked it out over the different seasons? It may be nice and comfortable through the shoulder seasons, spring and fall, but does
Hmm.
it get super, super hot in the summer and you're not that big a fan? Or does it get colder than you expected in the winter?
Right.
To consider all 4 seasons, if the country you're heading to has 4 seasons, are you okay with those changes in temperature?
Exactly. One of the things that coming from North America, we are just used to having heat and cooling in our homes. So when we traveled to Peru and we were in Cusco, we were shocked at how cool it got in Cusco, and a lot of places didn't have heat. That is
Yeah.
just
No,
something.
no heating system at all in the building.
Yeah, and which totally shocked us because why don't they have heat if it gets so cold up here? So it's something to consider and think about as well. And yeah, it was
Yeah, or
definitely.
is it going to be an expense if you decide you want to live there?
Yes.
What do you have to do to add that heating system to your accommodation if that's what you prefer?
Or have the air on all the time. If you're a person that loves air conditioning and wants to have it on, that could be another added expense in your utilities wherever you travel.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
So number 10, could you live without driving? Now, some people, I think they would be happy to just throw away their license and
Yeah.
just, call up a taxi every time they need to go. But I don't know. I like the freedom of being able to move around and bebop. And Jay drives. I don't drive when we are
On a motorbike.
on a motorbike. But, wherever we do settle down, I do plan on driving something somewhere. Just because I like the freedom. I always had that freedom. So I guess that was just a luxury that we had.
I mean, this one can be answered somewhat also by how good is the local public transit.
This is true.
If it's really good local public transit, there's still times where you wish you had your own car just because you, like you said, the freedom of being able to just go whenever you want, wherever you want.
Yes.
But I mean, obviously, if the local public transit is very good, then you
don't
miss
need it.
having a car less.
Yes. Yeah.
But that car does give you that freedom of traveling around the country at your own free will.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, some places is it the place you're choosing? How easy is it to get a license, a local license, or drive with your home license if that's what you're going to do? It's worth checking out because a lot of people find once they get to Vietnam, for example, it's not easy to get a local license unless you go through an agent. The testing is all done in Vietnamese, and Canadian licenses are no good there with your international license because of the accord that we've signed. It's different than the one they use.
Yeah.
So that's something we're checking out. If you're going to want to drive, make sure it's not going to be too much of a hassle to get your license.
Yeah, and don't be one of those people that go and live in another country and don't do things legit. You don't want to be one of those people. You want to get it done right and be done with it. Yeah.
Just to avoid any complications.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's better.
Exactly.
Number 11, can you live in a smaller space than you're used to?
Mm-hmm. Now, when you are retiring when you're retiring, you typically don't need as much as you would think you do. I know it sounds crazy if you're not in that position. And we were quite happy to downsize. It's kind of liberating, actually, to only have a couple suitcases and, I don't know. It's kind of nice.
It is. But at the same time,
some people like their stuff.
It's one of those things where you go on a vacation and you're there for a month or a couple weeks and you loved it and you thought it was great and you thought, oh, I could live here. A month turns into 2, turns into 6, turns into a year. Are you okay living with your significant other in 26 square meters? Now, again, this is going to be obviously location dependent, but a lot of apartments are building in Thailand, for example. They're starting at a smaller size.
Yeah, they're tiny.
You can find older builds and things like that are much larger, or some of the higher up floors, they'll get larger and larger, but that comes with a cost. So some of these less expensive places, they're definitely smaller square footage.
Yeah.
And, can you get used to that? Number 12.
Could you build a social life wherever you're going to? Now, some places like Cuenca, they have a avid expat community. We met so many expats when we were in Cuenca. They do plays and they get together and they have groups and they do Saturday markets, and it's just very involved.
Very easy to meet people and become part of that community.
Yeah. And in Thailand, we found is very sports centered somewhat, like golfing communities, badminton, and pickleball, just different team related things. I mean, it's all right if you're quite fine just doing your own thing and doing it low key. That's okay too.
So if you need a social circle, how good are you at meeting people and building that group of friends once you move to a new location?
Yeah, and is there a big expat community where you're planning on moving to?
Number 13, are you comfortable with not speaking the language?
This is a big one for people.
Yeah, it is. And the other side of that is it necessary to learn a language when you move?
Mm-hmm.
if you're moving somewhere where English is widely spoken and there isn't a high expectation of you speaking maybe a local language, that makes it easy for some.
Yep.
But if you do need to learn that local language, are you okay with, with the effort it's going to take to learn that language?
Because learning a new language is not easy, guys. It's not
At,
easy.
at our age,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not easy.
yeah,
But I
it can
mean,
be challenging.
we are wanting to, wherever we kind of settle down, we always try and like just, say some phrases and, trying to adapt to their and learn their culture, their language, that kind of thing. So you have to kind of be, you know, able to do that or want to do that.
And I mean, the longer amount of time we spend in a place, the more we learn
Yeah, you're going to pick it
phrases,
up.
more language, you pick up more
Yeah.
things. But also, it is a bit of it's an undertaking to learn a new language. So
Sure
we've been
is.
kind of putting it off to decide exactly where we want to settle before we put the effort into learning a language more thoroughly.
Yeah.
Just because it is a big undertaking.
Yes, it is.
Number 14. Can you entertain yourself?
Yes. So if you don't like to do and go and be in expat groups and do that, have the whole social circle thing, are there things that you like doing? They're available for you.
Yeah. Things, yeah. Whatever you like to do to fill your time, does it fit in with the place that you're moving to? Do you find, maybe libraries, maybe craft stores, whatever it is
Yep.
that you like to
Painting.
do? Have you scoped out the scene on where you're moving to and said, yes, it has all the things like that I want to do, so I will have no problem fitting in here?
Yeah, and I feel like you really do have to spend time wherever you are thinking. You can't go for 1 or 2 months and just some people can decide to set up roots, but you might find after that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So you just need to really take your time and scope out the areas and really search out what you're really looking for, I guess.
I mean, that's also holds true for where you're living. You can pick an apartment and think, okay, I'm going to live here. It may be a matter of moving, 6 blocks in any direction, and you find a location that you like better that just kind of fits your lifestyle better. Things
neighborhoods
like
that you like.
Don't be afraid to consider different neighborhoods and things like that, and not just be like, oh, this is the one that I moved into, and I know where the grocery store is now. There may be a neighborhood not far away that fits your lifestyle even better and just makes the place feel completely different.
Yes. Now, a big thing is number 15 is, can you adapt to the foods? Do you need to have, if you're used to a Western diet, do you need to continue to have that Western diet, or can you kind of branch out a little bit and try this spicy Thai food or the Indian curries or,
Yeah, if you have any particular dietary needs, you have to make sure that it's
they're
not going to be
available.
super inconvenient for you, or you're going to be avoiding a lot of foods and local things to try, because then it may dampen the experience for you, or it might just over time, you might just get tired of the effort it requires to look for those things if they're not readily available for you.
Exactly. And I mean, the places like Thailand and Malaysia and Albania, the places that we are considering maybe spending more time in the future, they have a variety of foods to pick from. So I don't feel like you have to really hone your diet in on Thai food or, Greek, Albanian food, whatever. It's they have a great variety, and I love that.
They do. A lot of international foods available in those locations.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
So that's our 15 questions. I hope you've answered along with us and see where you stand. At this point, I ask, what's the one thing stopping you from moving abroad?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. And this little video, I know it's a short one, is basically just to get your mind kind of thinking about, if you are thinking about moving abroad, just kind of like maybe some light bulb things that you might not have considered that would, that are in this video. They're like, huh, okay, I'm going to go and check it out for longer. And
I mean, none of these things should prevent you from moving abroad.
Absolutely not, no.
But once you've considered them, you figure out your ways around them. Maybe that helps you move abroad.
Yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. If you did, hit the like button, consider hyping it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Ciao.